very pleasant morning to you all. Welcome back to Executive Digital Notary, the podcast where we talk about what's moving and shaking in the world of digital verification. I'm your host, Ansel, and as always, I'm joined by the insightful Gisela. How are you, Gisela?
I'm doing wonderful, Ansel. I've got my coffee, and I'm ready to dive in. It feels like the week of January 13th, 2026 is already showing us just how fast this space is moving.
Yeah.
The whole conversation is really changing.
It truly is. It feels like, just yesterday we were talking about remote notarization as a novelty.
Right.
Like a temporary fix, but now it's simply the standard. I was reading a great overview that described 2026 as the year virtual notarization has truly come into its own. We're past that experimental phase.
Exactly. It's no longer a question of if it works.
No.
But how well it works. And the technology is getting so impressive. I mean, we're talking about platforms integrating biometric checks and real-time fraud detection.
Wow.
For a lot of situations, it's actually becoming more secure than the traditional method of, someone just glancing at an ID.
That's the key, isn't it? It's not just about convenience. It's about building a more robust and trustworthy system. The use of digital notary certificates, which create that tamper-evident seal on a document, is a perfect example.
Right.
It's like a digital watermark that can't be faked. You can verify its authenticity, boom, instantly.
And it's wonderful to see governments recognizing this, which that brings us to that news out of Ukraine.
Okay.
It's one thing for us to talk about these trends, but it's another thing entirely to see them put into practice.
Tell us about it.
Well, starting February 1st, Ukraine is rolling out a fully digital process for affixing apostilles. For anyone listening who isn't familiar, an apostille is a type of authentication for using documents in foreign countries.
Right.
It is a very, very slow paper-based process.
Oh, I know that journey well. You mail your important documents into a void and just hope they come back with the right stamp.
Yes.
Weeks or even months later.
Chuckles. Exactly. But with Ukraine's new electronic apostille register, the entire procedure is handled digitally. They're promising a turnaround of 3 working days. It's a huge step forward, making international dealings so much smoother.
Wow.
It's a real-world example of a government building infrastructure for the digital age.
And that seamless experience is only possible because of the deep foundational tech that's, it's also constantly evolving.
Right.
Which brings me to something a little more under the hood, an update from the Neo blockchain. Their Neo Go software just got a significant performance boost.
Okay, so this is where it can get a bit technical, so let's break it down.
Yeah.
What does this actually mean for the average person or business using these services?
Well, think of a blockchain's validation service, in this case they call it a notary service, as a kind of digital post office. Its whole job is to verify and stamp every transaction to confirm it's legit.
Okay.
In the past, if a lot of transactions arrived at once, a bottleneck could form, like a long line at the post office with only one clerk on duty.
And nobody likes waiting in that line.
Nobody. So this update is the equivalent of opening up, say, 10 new counters.
Ah.
It allows the system to process many requests in parallel. So that means the network can handle a much higher volume of notarizations and other transactions without slowing down. It's these kinds of scalability improvements that make global adoption truly possible.
So these quiet technical updates in the background are what enable that smooth, fast experience that users see on the front end.
Right.
The sturdy foundation that the whole house is built on.
Beautifully put. And they're already laying the groundwork for the next floor.
Oh?
Yeah, the update also previews features for the future. Things like an on-chain treasury contract and fee whitelists. It's like the network is building its own self-governing city hall, right? Complete with its own budget and rules. The whole ecosystem is becoming more autonomous and sophisticated.
It's incredible to see it all connected. From the user needing a power of attorney notarized on their phone to a government streamlining international documents.